did a nice little bit of cutting. All these trees, when they're standing up, they don't look like much. But once you get them on the ground, you realize how much debris it is. But this is my first oak tree that I really got into. This is a nice size red oak, as y'all can see. There's gonna be a lot of nice firewood in there. Man, that looks good. You can just see that sunlight coming in. You can just see that big, bright, amazing mobile home.
Made it here, but all I hear are all of the voices inside of my mind, bringing all the doubt and all my fears, all tangled up, caught in all of the lies. I'm searching for the missing piece, looking for a song to sing, calm this heart inside of me. Oh, it's the love you are, so unconditional to me, deeper than any star, higher than any star I reach. Oh, it's the love you are. Rainfall, dry ground, light in the darkness and wind in the sail. I need you, and oh God, I always will, 'cause it's the love you are, so unconditional to me, deeper than any star, higher than any star I reach. Oh, it's the love you are, so unconditional to me, deeper than any scar, higher than any.
All right, I.A.G farm family, it's time to get it this morning. And y'all can see I had the tractor back here warming up, chainsaws warming up, equipment is getting warm. And so now it's time for me to get to work. And I'm about to work on getting these pastures cleared, or get this pasture cleared. And we've just been working these pastures down a little bit over time. And of course, it's I.A.G farm. It's all about God. And we're gonna have a fun day today on the farm, as y'all already know. We're gonna get a lot of work done. We're gonna work hard. We're also gonna have a little bit of fun while we do it. And we're gonna try to develop these pastures, get them ready so that they can grow an abundance of meat. And we can just have more and more animals on these pastures, and we'll have enough grass to maintain everything. So y'all can kind of see in this pasture, the sheep haven't been in here for probably 2 weeks or so. And you can see there's a lot of dirt in here. But the reason why the grass is not growing, it's mostly clover that's growing in here, which the animals love, is because it's shaded out. And that's what we're gonna try to attack today. We're gonna cut down all these trees here are gonna go. That one big pecan tree back there is gonna stay. And I'm gonna cut down all of this right here. So this is gonna be a clear pasture. I'm gonna pick one of these trees. These are two nice oak trees, actually. I would love to leave both of them, but you can tell that this one is the dominant one. And so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one down. I'm gonna try to get it down without it falling on my fence and get it to fall the right way. And I'll be able to get a little bit of firewood out of this tree as well. Like, that's a lot of wood. And y'all can see over here, there are a few nice size oak trees over here, but we're gonna leave a few for shade, but we're gonna cut down most of them. And I might be able to get in here some of this stuff I can push down with the tractor. And so I'll probably come in after that. I'll probably cut everything with like kind of high. I'll probably cut these big oak trees like these right here. I'll probably cut those kind of low and stump those pretty low. But all this stuff that's a little bit thinner, that I think I'll be able to push over and get the roots up with the tractor, I'll probably leave that kind of like with a stop, so the tractor has something to grab a hold to and get those roots out of the ground. But this is what we're gonna be working on today. getting these pastures cleared. And so y'all take one final look at what these pastures look like now, and before and after should be amazing and transformational. And even if we don't plant any grass in these pastures, just getting these trees out of the way are going to make the grass pop up, because the grass seed is already there, but the grass needs the right nutrient in order to be able to thrive and pop up. Just like our front yard, we didn't even plant any seed on this front yard. I'll see if I can find a picture of what the front yard looked like when we had our mobile home delivered, and they ripped up all the topsoil, and we just came back in and added like compost. We built the compost on our farm from our animals, and we composted down the manure and all those type of things with deep bedding with wood chips. And then we just, over the years, we just slowly put that compost on the bare spots in the yard, and the grass just was already there. It just needed the right nutrient, the right soil, the right ground to be able to thrive. But I'm gonna go ahead and hop on this tractor, and hey, ain't nothing to it but to do it at this point. Ain't no need to talking about it for a long time. Let's get out here, get some work done, get this saw going, cut down some trees, push up some brush piles, get it done. And I'm gonna try to cut up a little bit of firewood while I'm in the midst of it. Leave some of those big logs, some of those big red oak logs, leave those so I can put those to the side and use those for firewood. Probably, I may be able to use them this year, but probably more like next year. So let's get on the tractor, get the chainsaw, and let's get to work. Y'all stick around.
I see you running out of reasons. Don't try to blame it on the seasons. Why you wanna walk away? When we began, when baby has the feeling falling in was easy. How do I make it stay? I will never let go of you. Try that.
First tree down, a lot more to go. Let's get it.
Oh, I will never let go of you. Tried and true. Was I a fool? I know sometimes I may wonder, but I would never leave asunder a thing as good as what we have. What's good is worth the fighting. There ain't no denying that you and I were made to last. Falling in was easy. How can we make it stay? Tried and true. I will never let go of you. Tried and true. I will never let go of you. Tried and true. I will never let go of you. Tried and have you had a change of heart? Can we go back to the start? I will never let go of you. Tried and true. Oh, I will never let go of you. Tried and
All right, y'all, I have probably, let's see, I've cut down 3 or 4 trees already, and I have the limbs cut off of them. Mostly what I've been cutting down so far has been sweet gum. I cut down my first oak tree over here, and I'm piling the oak in one pile and the sweet gum, like the big parts that y'all see me cutting all the branches off of. The actual wood is what we used to call it when we used to do firewood. But because the branches are the small stuff at the top, and then you have the actual like trunk, the meaty part that you can make firewood out of. I probably can use that sweet gum for something. I have burned sweet gum before in the fireplace, but it doesn't hold up real long. It'll be rotting by the time summertime comes. But we maybe could use it for like a bonfire, or just roasting marshmallows on or something like that, just having like a little campfire or something outside. So I had that stacked up to the side, and if it rots away, it just rots away. That'll be fine. But my chainsaw, the reason I stopped is because my chainsaw needs a little bit of maintenance. It didn't come loose all the way, but I could hear it. The chain needs to be tightened up, and it's like that a lot of times when you put a new chain on and it's not like broken in all the way. You have to like run it, use it, and then it kind of loosens up, and then you can tighten it up, because you don't want it too tight, but you don't want it too loose to where that chain will slip off. But let me go ahead and get my my ratchet and the flathead, so I can go ahead and tighten this up, and then we can go ahead and get back to cutting. And we're working pretty fast getting this done. And guys, I had this whole little section right here cut down already, and I'm just working my way this way. And my goal is first to get this whole section right here cut down. I have probably about 10 more trees right in this section to do, and then we'll move over to the big section, and the trees get a little bit bigger over there. But let me go ahead and grab this ratchet and this flathead, get this chainsaw chain tightened up, and we can get back to work. I might as well go ahead and get the gas and oil it up and gas it up while I'm stopped, so I won't have to stop again as soon as I get back going, because I'm running this thing and I'm trying to get it done today. I'm trying to be done with this whole entire pasture like today for real. And once I get everything dropped, I'm cutting all the big stuff off so that I can come through with the tractor and then just push all these limbs up and make a big old burn pile out here somewhere. And I'll probably just let that burn pile just sit there for a while, because we have a bunch of rabbits, and we make the rabbits habitats so that they can have a safe place to have their babies and just grow the population. And so yeah, I'll probably just leave all those limbs piled up for a while and without burning them. But let me go ahead and get this this tool, get the gas and everything, get the saw ready, back ready to cut, and we'll get back to work. All right, I did a nice little bit of cutting. All these trees, when they're standing up, they don't look like much. But once you get them on the ground, you realize how much debris it is. But this is my first oak tree that I really got into. This is a nice size red oak, as y'all can see. There's gonna be a lot of nice firewood in there. It looks small until you get it down and you realize like that's some good size firewood going mostly all the way up that tree. And it's long too as well. And as you can see, it's still hung up. And so I'm gonna get the tractor and hook a chain to it and pull it down and get it all sawn up. But y'all can see the rest of this little section right here that I've been clearing out. And you can see already there's a lot of sunlight coming in here already. And that's what's gonna make that grass grow. And that's just gonna look good. Looking from our front porch, our future front porch, it's gonna look good looking out on this pasture when it's full of grass and nice and thick and lush. And that's all this little section right here was missing. And that really looks good. Just look at that. But yeah, I've sawn down a lot, probably about 20 some trees already, at least 15, because you have the small ones, then you have the bigger ones. And I want to go ahead and get that last little oak tree down because that's my firewood there that I want to keep. I do have this sweet gum piled up here, but as I say, that's not good firewood. It will work, but you have to get to it before it rots out. But let me go ahead and get the chain hooked to this tree right here, this oak tree, pull it out, and I'll go ahead and just saw it up into saw logs and just kind of set it over to the side and come back later and saw it all the way up and get it split and everything and stacked. And after that, I go ahead and take the tractor and start cleaning up all this little section right here, getting all this stuff. It's falling a little bit more. But after that, I go ahead and get the tractor, get all of this brush piled up, get it pushed up somewhere, and then we'll be ready to go on and move on to the next section.
the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday, baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand. Yeah, we only get one life, I wanna make it count, honey, come on now and take my hand.
All right, I don't know if y'all can tell or not, but there's a dramatic difference out here in this area. And it was a few more trees than I thought it was gonna be. It's probably about 15, 20 trees out here in this section, because the small trees kind of got hidden in the cluster of the big trees. But there was a lot of brush. I'll take y'all down there and show y'all how much brush came from this section. But I had this whole section clear. I've stumped the stumps and everything. I've cut the taller stumps down lower to get them to where they're kind of flush with the ground, and they'll just start to rot away eventually. And this is literally ready for grass seed. And it was sun all in this area, but as the sun has kind of went a little bit further in the sky that way, this area has gotten shaded out again. But when the sun is coming from this direction, which the sun rises over there and then it goes down on the other side of the property, and so for a half of the day this whole area will be full of sun. But this looks good, and it's ready for grass. And I have a big old brush pile. And I pretty much just did the same thing that I did in this pasture over here when I cleared it. I just put the brush pile right at the bottom of the hill to kind of catch some of the dirt as it tries to erode until the grass gets locked in. But y'all can see how big of a pile this is. And some of these trees were pretty big. If you look at how big this tree is, like that tree is at least a foot around. And so these were not small trees that I was cutting down. They're not as big as those trees right there, but they were pretty big. And look at that view. You can see straight through there now, straight up to the house on the hill. Old Emma being a mobile home being converted into a cabin. But yeah, that looks good, y'all. Beautiful sight. And I'm amazed by what we've got done already. And I'm gonna go in here and take a break, get some fluids in me, get some liquids, and come on back out here and try to get back to work. And I've gotten this whole section done here, so I can go ahead and move on to that section over there, which that section over there is like, this section here was nothing compared to that section over there. And so this might not actually be a one-day project. This may end up being like a 2 or 3 day project, but I have some other things going on the rest of this week. And so we have chicken butchering. We have we're gonna be picking up our hogs from the processor. That should be in the next couple of days. So I'm gonna have to smoke some sausage. And so we have a lot of things going on the farm. And so it's busy, a busy time of year. And but I love it. I love it. That's what we're here for. That's why we moved down here. That's why we left the city, sold our house in the city, gave away our properties in the city, and and move down here to the country is to get our hands in the dirt, like get on tractors and on heavy machinery and be able to tame the land, because that's literally what we're doing. We're taming this land. This land was wild and untamed when we first moved down here, and we're bringing structure to it. Water lines, fencing, house spot, barns, chicken coops, pastures, septic tanks, and all those type of things. And so we're bringing order to this property that was wild and untamed, and it's a beautiful thing. But that looks good. I'm gonna go in and take a break, and we'll come back out and see how much more we can get done. We might be able to get half of this section over here done and piled up and everything, and or at least get a few trees cut down. I'm back at it, and I just cut down a nice size red oak tree, and that's gonna make a lot of firewood as well, firewood / smoker wood. And I'm debating on whether I should cut this tree down right here, because it's a nice size red oak. It's it'll be right there by itself, but I don't think I wanted to shade the pasture out. I think I want grass to grow in right there. I don't know, y'all tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think that tree right there is gonna shade it out too much to where grass is not gonna grow right there? Because it's a nice tree and it's developed well. I can remember when this tree right here was this size, this little sapling right there. And since we've had the property for about 7, 8 years, these trees that were small have gotten big now. You can see, because this is an old insulator, electric fencing insulator, and we screwed that into the tree. And you can see that tree has taken over that insulator. But yeah, I think I'm gonna cut it down, y'all, because I think I want to go ahead and have these pastures all the way clear. We have a big old oak tree over there. We have a big pecan tree and another big pecan tree for shade. And so I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it down. And it's a big old tree though. So I gotta try to make sure I cut it down and drop it in between these 2 farm gates, and it doesn't fall on the farm gates, just like I did the last one. But y'all let me know if it was your property and your decision. But you cut down this nice red oak tree to get shade, to get rid of the shade, so that you can grow more grass for your animals. It's kind of like which decision do I make? Because I want to get rid of the shade to grow the grass, but the animals also need shade. But I have enough shade on these big trees that I'm not gonna cut down myself, because they're just too big and I don't feel like messing with them. I can cut them down because I've cut down trees that big before, but I just don't feel like messing with big trees like that. And so we're gonna have enough shade in this pasture. And so I think I'm leaning towards actually cutting it down. I might regret it, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it down, get it out the way. I hate to see it go. actually a close call. I have to show y'all this because that was a big tree, and probably about, if that tree was about 3 more feet tall, it might have hit the house. I didn't think it was that tall. I knew it was pretty tall. I knew it was gonna be close, but I kind of had an idea that I had enough room. But y'all can see where I cut it from back there. Y'all can kind of see the camera stand. I don't know if you can see the stump or not, but that tree was so tall that the top of it came all the way out here by the house. I would say another 8 foot. It might have grazed the house a little bit. And that was a big tree. It came all the way out here in the yard. And so I'm kind of glad I cut it now, because that tree, it was leaning uphill. And if it would have ever failed during a storm, it would have been in position where it could hit the house after a couple more years. But I had these 2 big oak trees. They're not big, super big, but they're not small either. And so they created a lot of debris. But I have them on the ground. And I'm glad to get the firewood. It's like nothing goes to waste around here, because it's good to have a tree on the farm to provide shade, to provide oxygen, because they suck in the carbon dioxide that we breathe out, and they give us better air quality, better oxygen. And so it's good to have the trees around for those reasons. But it's also good to cut them down so that you can grow grass, so that we can grow meat, and also we can use the byproduct of cutting the trees down for firewood and for smoker wood to like cook and smoke our meat and all those type of things. But let me go ahead and get the tractor crunk up and get these 2 big logs out of the way and get them pulled down with that other one. I saw this up later, and there's gonna be a lot of firewood just off these little 5-year-old oak trees. And I'm super excited about that, because I love my firewood, I love my oak wood. But let me go ahead and get the tractor, see if I can get all this cleaned up, and then we'll move on and see how much we can get done today. I don't know if I'm able to get it all done today like I was expecting, but like I was planning. But what I've gotten done so far is pretty good. This area right here looks amazing. It's ready for seed, ready to be planted. I actually, man, I need to get somebody to come out, hire a tree company to come out and limb some of these big trees up, let a little bit more sun in. But this area gets full sun for about half of the day. Right now it's shaded out because it's like 3-4 o'clock, somewhere in that area. But when it's like early in the morning all the way to about 2 o'clock, this area gets full sun. So that should be good enough to grow some grass, and then it gets partial sun for the rest of the day. But yeah, let me go ahead and get all this cleaned up and see if we can get some more done.
But we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown, leaving everyone behind as their slow fires died down. Once we left, we found it harder and harder to slow down, 'cause we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown. 1,000 good miles.
I.A.G family, I think I'm about done for the day. I think I about hit my limit. And yeah, but I got a lot done. I actually got, literally I have half of the project done that I wanted to get done. I thought I was gonna be able to get it all done, but I always set lofty goals, and then I'm surprised when I'm not able to accomplish everything that I thought I was gonna be able to accomplish in one day. But as y'all can see, I didn't get over here to this side of the pastures. There's actually one dead tree in here that's kind of dangerous. I need to get it pushed down, because I was in here the other day looking at the trees and everything, and I saw this dead tree. Let's see if I can push it down by hand, because I don't want one of the boys to be in here and then get for it to fall on them. See if I can get it. Yep. There we go. Get in. I didn't know you were in here, get in. Glad you weren't in the way. All right, but yeah, I got that dead tree pushed down, because I came in here the other day and I was touching on the trees. I think I actually got it on video, but I touched it and it started wobbling. So we also have a couple more dead trees. We have 2 dead pine trees in here as well. They need to come down because they're hazardous, and we don't want those trees to fall and hit anybody in the top of the head. But let's look at what we got done today. This is gonna be part 2 of the pasture clearing project, but part 1 of the pasture clearing project is done, and it looks good too. Man, it looks good. You can just see that sunlight coming in. You can just see that big, bright, amazing mobile home being converted into a cabin back there. And I can't wait for Megan and the boys to get home and look at it. But I need to cut those last 2 stumps right there. I might do that before I go in. But there's a few more little sticks and things like that in between where these stumps were. I wasn't able to push it with the tractor. I had to come in with a hard rake and get that raked up. I'll probably rake those into some little piles and have a little fire with the boys, burn all these little sticks, roast some marshmallows or something like that out here. That would be nice. And yeah, but that looks good, as you can see, because it might not seem like, and even me myself, I didn't think it was that many trees in this section. But once you get in here and actually start like cutting them down, it's as if they multiply or something. They just start coming out of nowhere. But you can see this big old brush pile here that we have from those trees. Let's go around the backside of this so y'all can see how big it is. And some of those trees look small, but they were huge. And I got a lot of good wood out of those trees. But you can see how big this pile is here. It goes all the way around. That's a lot of brush right there to be cut down in one day. And the way that I was doing it, I was trying to save my firewood. And so that slows me down a little bit, because I could just drop the trees and then just cut them in half and just push them in a pile. But I'm trying to save my firewood, because this is a lot of wood here. And a couple more trees like this, that'll be enough wood for us for the whole winter time, because we don't burn much wood at all. Our wood stove is so efficient. But these are some big logs. Like I said, they didn't look big when they were in the air, but once you get them on the ground, you realize how big they are. Like that thing down at the bottom is about 12 inches around, and then it gets smaller as it goes to the top. That one's about the same as well. So yeah, that's gonna be a lot of good firewood. And mostly over here, over there in that section where I cleared first today, it was mostly sweet gum trees. But over here is mostly oak over here. And so I'm gonna get a lot of those size trees out of here. I'm sad that I had to cut down my oak tree that was right here in between the farm gates. But it would get in the way when I was trying to pull trailers in here and trucks and things like that. And also it was so big. It was producing so much shade just right in that area. But I know it doesn't look like it right now, because it's about 4 o'clock and the sun is on that side of the sky. But between 9 and about 2 or 3 o'clock, this is like this area is in full sun. I slick side want to go ahead and get some seed and put it on here, but I know I can't do everything in one day, and I have to save some for the next day. And we're actually in preparation to get ready to butcher our meat chickens, and so I need to save some energy for that, get that done, get that set up. It's gonna take me about 2 days to set up for that. We have all of our proper processing equipment. We have a scalder, plucker, all those type of things, so that should be fun. And of course we're gonna bring y'all along for that, but that'll be on another video. And pastures look good. We got a lot of clearing done today, and everything is just looking good. And once we get these last couple of projects done on the farm, clearing these pastures, we're gonna get this pasture seeded, planted. We got done with the cross fencing over there so that we can do these type projects. Everything has a plan. We're gonna butcher our meat chickens, send them to freezer camp. We just got back from picking up We just dropped off a trailer load of lambs and hogs at the processor, so we're getting that done. And it's like we're just kind of like finishing up these things like farm type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we have to kind of like intensify our labor on the farm and like developing the farm with the animals and fencing and infrastructure and all those type of things. And then sometimes we put our energy towards renovations, you know. And yeah, it's kind of like you have to be focused on one thing at a time. And we kind of like switch from one thing to the next so that we can just let everything kind of come up together and grow together. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today's video. Megan and the boys, they haven't made it back yet. Of course, I would get them to come out and give y'all their reaction, but they're not back yet from grocery and bank and all that, just errands. They just run errands all day. So she has all the boys with her today, so it's just me and y'all again on the farm, and we're here working, sweating and working. But yeah, so with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and call it for today's video, and I'll just see y'all when it's time to clear out this next section of pasture. But y'all will probably see chicken butchering videos and smoking meat videos and all type of things like that before we clear this next section of pasture. And I might actually go ahead and seed this section right here, because I might not get back to clearing pastures for like, you know, a couple weeks or so. So yeah, I better go ahead and get some seed on this thing. But y'all just stay tuned to see what we do next. See what we do next to like grow this farm, establish this farm, to establish more and more abundantly, to grow our farm, to grow our faith, to grow our family, and yeah, just all those good things. But y'all just stick around for the next one, and I'll see y'all on the next one. It's I.A.G Farms. It's all about God. See y'all on the next one.